What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we're going over my Limit Break, Worth It or Not, episode 12. And this one's going to go over all the rare recruits that we had in the last month and a half or so, and it's going to go over all the ones over the 4th year anniversary, as well as the treasure mode there, and a couple other things that we got, and the most recent ones. So it's going to help you out figuring out if you want to get these Limit Break worth it or not worth it, and you need to make your own decisions. These videos are not meant to be watched all the way through. They have timestamps in the comment section down below, as well as the description below, so make sure you use them in order to figure out what unit you want. If you do want to watch it all the way through, great! Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. The next unit of the day was going to be Limited Rare Recruit Koala. Limited Rare Recruit Koala maxes out initially at 1328 attack, and gets an extra 130 attack on a limit break, I think, and it's putting up to 1458, I believe. So you're going to get one sailor ability. The first sailor ability is going to be make quick orbs beneficial for fighter characters, which is very good. And the second she's going to get is going to -1 cooldown, putting her down from 13 turns down to 12 turns. She's going to get Enrage as well as critical hit, giving her a 70% chance to get 8% extra damage and 200 attack on her Enrage. Overall, hell yes. The next unit of the day is going to be INT Limited Rare Recruit Moria, which is going to initially max out at 1475 attack, get an extra 100 attack on limit break, putting him up to 1775 attack. I haven't finished yet. He initially maxes out at 12 turns, getting an extra 1 cooldown on his limit break, putting him down to 11 turns. He's going to get 1 sail ability with, if your captain is a powerhouse character, completely resist blindness. He's going to get slot bind self-reduction as well as special cooldown, which I want. That part's nice. So the thing that's really cool about this character is the special cooldown goes down to 9 turns, which is really good, but I don't think I'm ever going to have that maxed out because it's a limited rare recruit, but if I ever did, oh my god. The slot bind self-reduction only being 5 turns is kind of shitty. I don't like that, but the stats and everything else. This Moria is just a good unit, and he fits really well on Katakuri teams. So if you have Katakuri, I say yes. If you don't have Katakuri and you don't necessarily want to use them, you can put them on powerhouse teams, obviously. They're completely resist blindness on powerhouse teams is nice. You can use them on a judge team. There's lots of ways you could use this character. My recommendation is definitely yes, but be careful. Be careful. The next unit of the day is going to be Limited Rare Recruit Tashigi. Limited Rare Recruit Tashigi is initially going to max out at 1341 attack, get an extra 80 attack on a limit break, putting her up to 1711 attack at max limit break in candies. Nice, saved it. She's going to get 1 limit break sail ability, which is going to make Sires beneficial for slasher characters, which is nice. I don't really use this character in a slasher team too often, but I mean, you could now you can get rid of Mihawk on your teams, which is nice. She's also a good slasher captain. So. She gets 2 limit break abilities, the first of which is going to be critical hit, which is a 70% chance to get 60% extra damage, and -10 cooldown as far as a cooldown reduction one. So I say yeah. I mean, the stats you don't get on this limited rare recruit Tashigi are not the best, but her captain ability is going to be, you know, if you score 3 perfects in a row and you recover 1.25 times recovery at the end of your turn, you get a little bit extra recovery on your limit break, like an extra 60 or so. You could get recovery candies, or you could get HP candies. Really doesn't matter. I checked to see how much recovery you would get off it. I wasn't really feeling it. I was using this character more as a sub than as a captain, so I opted for the HP instead of the recovery. But you could go recovery. No one would think poorly of you. The next unit of the day is going to be INT Chopper, and INT Chopper is going to max down initially at 1198 attack, get an extra 100 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 1298 attack. He's going to max out initially at he maxes out initially at 4 sockets. He has 1 socket on his limit break and a sail ability. The sail ability is going to be make INT orbs beneficial for fighter characters. Unfortunately, this is also the same ability as the Jesus Burgess, but Chobro does have a cool special ability, so that is good too. Overall, he gets anti-healing as well as cooldown reduction, but the cooldown reduction is only -5 turns, so that part sucks. Dupes this character, I guess, but you don't have to go past 14. I'd say you can go up to 14 in this character. You don't have to go to 15, but you know, I was already there. And orbs don't really mean anything to me. And the next unit of the day is going to be Gear 4 Luffy. Gear 4 Luffy initially maxed out at 1635 attack, gets an extra 200 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 2035 attack at max limit break in candies. He initially maxes out with 14 turns. He has a -1 cooldown on his limit break, put him down to 13 turns. He's going to get a limit break sail ability to completely resist paralysis on himself, and his other sail ability is going to be boosting his stats of all characters by 50. He's going to get 3 limit break abilities, the first of which is going to be slot bind self-reduction, maxing out at 7 turns, pinch healing, maxing out at 50%, below 50% HP, you get 1.5 times healing, and critical hit, which is going to be a 90% chance to do 10% extra damage. Yeah, duh. You limit break this one. This one's awesome. The next character today is going to be DEX Nami, and DEX Nami is initially going to max out at 1394 attack. She gets an extra 195 attack on her limit break, putting her up to 1789 attack at max limit break and candies. She initially maxes out, when on limit break, she's going to get paralysis reduction on all characters -1, and Dex beneficial orbs for all characters. Just off that, yes. Just off that. Nothing else. At max limit break, she gets -1 cooldown, putting her down from 16 turns down to 15 turns. And she's going to get quick damage reduction, slot bind self reduction, as well as anti-healing. Yeah, 100%. Holy crap. The next unit of the day is going to be PSY Carrot. PSY Carrot's initially going to max out at 1298 attack. And at a max limit break, is going to get an extra, what? 150 attack? 140 attack on her limit break, putting her up to 1658 attack at max limit break and candies. She initially maxes out at 12 turns, and on her limit break, she's going to get an extra socket, no extra cooldown, so she's going to stay at 12 turns, so go up to 5 sockets on her limit break. You're going to get strength, damage reduction, as well as critical hit. Crit's okay, and she's also going to get a sailor ability that boosts the attack of stats of fighter characters by 40. Yeah. I mean, she's good. There's nothing bad about this character. The next character of the day is going to be Strength Brook, and Strength Brook initially maxes out at 1369 attack, getting an extra 120 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 1489 attack at max limit break. He initially is going to have a sailor ability that's going to make strength orbs. If you hit a perfect, you get to keep it, but his limit break sailor ability is going to make recovery and tandem orbs beneficial for himself, which is kind of shit, but what can you do? He's going to get -1 cooldown on his limit break, putting him down from 15 turns down to 14 turns. And as well as 1 extra socket. He's also going to get Enrage, which is going to extra 150 attack, and Critical Hit, which is going to be a 70% chance to do 8% extra damage. Overall, since the character is like super glass cannon, you get a lot out of this character on Enrage and Crit, and you get a lot cooldown reduction, socket, all that stuff, and the unit character super good. I say yes. The next character today is going to be Quick Pedro. 2 guesses on what I think. Quick Pedro initially is going to max out at 1318 attack, and max candies and limit break, he's going to max out at 1648 attack with an extra 130 attack on his limit break. His limit break sailor ability is going to make Dex orbs beneficial for himself, which is kind of shitty, but it's okay, I guess. On his limit break, -1 cooldown, putting him down from 15 turns down to 14 turns. He's also going to get an extra socket, putting him from 4 sockets to 5 sockets. He's going to get 2 limit break sailor, 2 limit break abilities. The first of which is going to be strength damage reduction. The second of which is going to be Crit, which is a 70% chance to do 8% extra damage, which is also very good. Overall, yeah, awesome. I mean, he's a good raid unit, good stats, no reason not to. The next unit of the day is going to be Raid Zoro, and Raid Zoro initially is going to max out at 1471 attack and get an extra 140 attack on the limit break, putting him up to 1616 attack. He initially maxes out at 15 turns, goes down to 14 turns on his limit break. He gets a limit break sailor ability that's going to boost the attack, stats of slashers and driven characters by 50. And he's also going to get 2 limit break abilities, the first of which is going to be Enrage, and the second of which is going to be Slot Bind Self Reduction. But Enrage maxes at 150, and the Slot Bind Self Reduction at 7 turns. Overall, yeah, I really wish he got an extra socket, but what can you do? Next unit of the day is going to be Guild Tesoro, and Guild Tesoro is actually going to max out at 1528 attack, get an extra 190 attack on his limit break, I think, and max out at a total of 1918 attack, which sounds about right. He's going to get 2 sailor abilities on his limit break, the first of which is going to be Strength, make Strength Dex, Recovery, and Tandem Orbs beneficial for himself, which is okay. And then boost the attack and stats of striker characters by 50. On his limit break, he's going to get -2 cooldown, putting him down to 9 turns. That's bitchin'. And he's going to get 3 limit break abilities, the first of which is going to be Slot Bind Self Reduction, the second of which is going to be Strength Damage Reduction, and finally Crit. And the Slot Bind Self Reduction maxes at 5, which is shitty. The Strength Damage Reduction maxes at 7%, which is good. And the last one, which is Critical Hit, which is going to max out at 80% chance to do 8% extra damage, which is also pretty good. Overall, yeah, duh. 9 turns? 9 turn, 300,000 damage, 200,000 damage with a 3.25 chain lock? Yeah, duh. Wow. Next unit of the day is going to be Strength Dice. Strength Dice initially going to max out at 1418 attack, get an extra 120 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 1538 attack. He's going to max out initially at 13 turns, get an extra cooldown of -1 on his limit break, putting him down to 12 turns. His limit break sailor ability is going to be boost the attack of all characters by 40, so that's great. His limit break ability is going to be Slot Bind Self Reduction as well as Enrage. And his Enrage maxed at 200 attack, and his Slot Bind Self Reduction at 5 turns. Overall, yeah, that's cool. He actually gets a socket too. I mean, yeah, it's a good unit. Awesome. Totally do that. And the next unit of the day is going to be INT Baccarat. INT Baccarat initially maxed out at 1217 attack, going up to 1307 attack, which is an extra 90 attack on her limit break. She gets a boost. Sailor ability is going to be boosting recovery of all characters by 40. She's initially going to max out at 13 turns, going down to 12 turns after her limit break, and he gets an extra socket on her limit break. She's going to get slot bind, self-reduction, as well as anti-heal. This one I actually say no to, even though I already did it, and that's just because it was easy to do for me because I was in the middle of the treasure mode and I just maxed it out naturally. But I say no, actually, on this one. Max out at 1333 attack, getting an extra 100 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 1433 attack. He initially maxes out at 13 turns, going down to 12 turns with -1 cooldown on his limit break. You get an extra socket as well, going from 4 to 5, and is going to get a sailor ability that's going to reduce silence on this character by 3 turns. You get 2 limit break abilities. The first one is going to be slot bind, self-reduction. The second one is going to be barrier penetration. Surprisingly, even though this unit's very good, he doesn't get a ton from his limit break, so I'm going to say no, but you're free to. It doesn't... no one's gonna think negatively if you don't limit this guy. I just did it because, you know, I was there. I had potions already. I had crystals to burn. These DEX. I have a lot of extra DEX crystals. The next unit of the day is going to be PSY Carina. PSY Carina is initially going to max out at 1298 attack and an extra 105 attack on her limit break, putting her up to 1403 attack. On her limit break sailor ability, she's going to get if you have a striker, shooter, slasher, fight, everything in your crew, change all orbs in the matching at the start of the fight. That's okay, I guess. On her limit break, she's going to get an additional socket, putting up to 5 sockets, and she's going to get 2 different limit break abilities, the first of which is going to be slot bind, self-reduction, the second to be INT damage reduction. She's an amazing unit, and I love her a lot, but her limit break is pretty shitty, so I say no. I mean, I'd go as far as getting the socket, obviously, but you don't have to go past that. And the next unit of the day is the best limit break yet. I love this limit break so freaking much. This unit is amazing, and he's free to play, easy to limit break in Rainbow. Oh my god, he's good. He's going to initially max out at 1395 attack and get an extra 130 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 1725 attack at max limit break and candies. The first sailor ability he's going to get is boosty attack of striker characters by 30, which is his own attack by 30 because he's a striker. And you're using him as a sailor like 90% of the time, so that's good. He's going to get -2 cooldown on his limit break, as well as get an extra socket, putting him up from 4 sockets up to 5 sockets. He's going to get 2 limit break abilities, the first of which is going to be Enrage, and the second of which is going to be cooldown reduction. And that part is really good. There's 2 reasons that's good. The first of which is you use the kid special ability right away. He has a 12-turn special, and it's always up. It's awesome. It's super, super strong. I love this unit a lot. Definitely worth the rainbow. Oh my god, that's good. And the nice thing is that if you use this unit later in the fight and you say, hey, I want to use this unit later, and you somehow take damage, you have the enrage mechanic to give you extra damage, putting you up to over 1900 attack when you use his special on his limit break with enrage. That's going to boost his damage an extra 100,000, putting him from like 58,000 or not so up to almost 684,000 with the enrage and all the other stuff. So definitely very cool, worth the candy and the limit break. Very, very cool unit. I love this unit a lot. I use him all the time. I can't believe how strong he is. And the next unit of the day is going to be Charlotte Katakuri, the man, the myth, the legend. Everybody wants him, everybody wants to have him, and everybody wants to make love to him. The first thing he's going to max out initially at 1640 attack and get an extra 250 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 2090 attack at max limit break. That's bonkers. The first thing he's going to get is boosty attack of fighter. First limit break sailor is going to be boost stats of fighter, striker, shooter, cerebral, and powerhouse characters by 50. And then second limit break sailor is going to be boosty attack against quick characters by 2 times, make it so that if you do use this character as a sub, he does not have reduced damage against quick characters. His limit break is going to give him -1 cooldown, which is really nice. And he's also going to get 3 different limit break abilities, the first of which is going to be dex damage reduction at 7%, anti-healing at 7 turns, and finally critical chance, giving him a 90% chance to do 10% extra damage. All of which are very good. There's so many good things about this limit break. The stats, the boosts, everything that you get. Very, very good limit break. That's a definite yes for me. The next unit of the day is going to be Charlotte Brule, who's initially going to max out at 1401 attack, get an extra 120 attack on her limit break, putting up to 1521 attack at max limit break. She's going to get a sailor ability is going to reduce paralysis duration by 1 turn, and she's also going to get an additional socket as well as -1 cooldown on her limit break, putting her down from stage 1 going down from 12 to 11, and stage 2 from 16 to 15. She's going to get 2 limit break sailor abilities, the first of which can be INT damage reduction, the second of which can be slot bind self-reduction. Overall, yes, actually, yeah, she scales off attack. There's a lot of different things that she has that are very cool. She's like Kinemon and Sabo put together, but with less of each. So yeah, that's good. I like that. Overall, yes. The next unit of the day is going to be Charlotte Amande, and this unit gets so much shit because she has a long cooldown. I don't understand. Like, I'm going to read it, and then you'll understand why I say everything I say. Initially, she maxes at 1,500 attack. Wow. She gets an extra 100 attack on her limit break, putting her up to 1,600 attack. She goes from 4 sockets up to 5 sockets, which is great. And she can max out initially at 13 turns, going down to 12 turns at stage 1, and 30 turns going down to 29 turns at stage 2. You can just use the 30 turn. Now, if you didn't know, her initial special ability is reduce the defense of all characters by 100%, reduce the barrier duration by 2 turns, and then cut their HP by 20%. As a special ability, 100% defense reduction is super strong. Reducing barriers is also very strong, and then an HP cut along with it is also very strong. Now, the extra one, which is the 30 turn one, is reduce barrier duration by 3 turns and cut HP by 50%, which is excessively strong. That's a very, very strong mechanic. It better be that high in turns, otherwise you break the game. So you can get a limit break sailor ability is going to add 2 times character attack and typeless damage, which is 3,200 attack. Right, that's not bad. Or more if you get candies, I guess. So it'll be 3,600. Her first limit break ability is going to be side damage reduction, and the second one's going to be enrage. Wow, this unit has a lot of good stuff. I say yes. Enrage at 200, minus a lower cooldown, extra socket, tap timing bonus. Yeah, and high base stats already with a really cool set. Yeah, this unit's awesome. I don't know when I'm going to use her, but I know she's going to be awesome. The next unit of the day is going to be Bobbin. And Bobbin's going to max out initially at 1365 attack, get an extra 100 attack on limit break, putting him up to 1475 attack at max limit break. His special ability is going to reduce silence duration by 1 turn. Your whole team, silence duration, 1 turn. That's an awesome sailor ability. No one has that except for Bobbin. That's really good. Okay. His first limit break is going to get an extra socket. He's going to get -1 cooldown, and he's going to get strength damage reduction as well as anti-healing on his limit break. Yeah! Silence reduction? As a sailor ability? Yeah! That's awesome. And the next unit of the day is going to be Charlotte Oven. Charlotte Oven is initially going to max out at 1454 attack, get an extra 150 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 1604 attack, which is very high. And his limit break sailor is also reduce silence duration by 1 turn. What the flying fuck? These units are good. Oh my god, that's strong. I want that. I want Oven so bad. I want to limit break the shit out of him. That's amazing. He's going to get an additional socket as -1 cooldown, putting him down from 13 turns down to 12 turns. He's going to get quick damage reduction as well as barrier penetration. I could do without the barrier penetration. It can crit or enrage or something on an Oven, but goddamn, silence reduction. All right, I'll take that. That's awesome. And the next unit of the day is going to be King Neptune. And King Neptune is initially going to max out at 1401 attack, get an extra 125 attack on his limit break, putting him up to 1526 attack. He's going to get a sailor ability whenever another special is used, reduce his own cooldown by 1. Bitchin'. He's also going to get -1 cooldown on his limit break as well as an extra socket, putting him from 4 sockets up to 5 sockets. He's going to get pinch healing as well as anti-heal duration. And a pinch healing is at 40% to do 1 times extra recovery. And he doesn't have too much recovery, does he? He only gets an extra 20 recovery in his limit break, putting him to 270. So that's really not that much on the pinch heal. Ooh. I say yes just because this other stuff's good, but some of the stuff's not that great. So he's balanced. He's balanced. He's worth it, he's just balanced. He could be amazing. He's nowhere near like Bobbin and Oven though. All right, guys, well, my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smack the like button down below as well as the subscribe button down below so we get lots of support in the channel and of course keep the channel growing. If you want to check the previous limit break video, it's going to be right up there. And if you want to check out the last video we put on the channel, it's right down there. All right, guys, well, you have a great rest of your day. Peace.